Trigger Squad, T. Antonio, owner and creator of Trigger Devils. Today I've got a new story for you guys. It's a story about what happened at CODXP and how I got Trigger Devils smacked right into Ali-A's hands. If you guys don't know who Ali-A is, he is the #1 subscribed Call of Duty YouTuber in the world. He is also, I think #2 in the UK of all YouTubers. He's huge. He's a big deal. And the story of how this all happened is kind of crazy. It's a story of perseverance and creative thinking right on the spot, thinking outside the box. We got it done, and it's kind of it's a little bit of an accomplishment, I feel like. I knew that if we got Trigger Devils into Ali-A's hands, that the chances of him trying it and liking it go up a lot. So that's the goal. Get him into his hands, do the best possible you can to convince him to actually try the product. So here's how the story goes down. It starts off on Twitter. I found out on Twitter. It's a great resource of information. Ali-A is at CODXP. I didn't even know he was going to be there. So that's fine. I'm on the lookout, no problem. But then, while I'm at the event, I get notifications from YouTube, like when YouTubers go live. And he's one of the YouTubers that I get that notification for. And I got it. I got a notification. Ali-A has gone live. And I'm like, that's interesting. Okay. So I start watching the live stream, and I see he is inside the the Infinite Warfare tent. And it's a rather large tent, but it's like literally an eye shot of me. Like, Ali-A's in that area. I know he definitely is. So I immediately go to my sales guy Ryan and I say, hey, look, there's this big YouTuber. We need to get the product to him. And Ryan's game. So we go to the tent. There's a huge line to get into it because all the people want to play Infinite Warfare. And so what does Ryan and I, what do? We try to cut the line. I admit it. We try to cut. That's bad. Don't cut lines. And for good reason. So we walk all the way past. It's probably like an hour-long wait, and we're walking past all these people in line. And we get to the front gatekeeper, and we almost get in, but he just is not buying it. He's just not buying it. So we had to walk all the way back out. People were making fun of us. People were like, nice try. Like, they knew what was up. That was embarrassing, and that's part of the grind, right? Like, you know, it's not always glorious, you know? So that was a pretty epic fail. But once we get out of that line, we find out very shortly after that there's a separate secret line around back of the tent. And this line is for live streamers. And so we just kind of go with it. Okay, we just kind of go, we're like, all right, fine, whatever. You know, what else could we do? That, you know, like, what could go wrong, really? So we get around back, and I hook into all of my kind of Facebook live streaming stuff. This is all before we get inside the tent. But it was only like a 5-minute wait. So we waited the 5 minutes, and boom, we're inside the tent. And I'm just like, holy crap, like, this is exactly what we needed, and we somehow managed to get in. Okay, now what? So we have 2 people, and I was the only one who signed up for the Facebook live stream. So I turn to Ryan and I say, hey, Ryan, sit down. You're playing as me, and I'm going to go find Ali. He's somewhere in this huge tent. And Ryan was like, yep, that's my job. I'm just going to sit here and play Call of Duty. Good job. So then I grab a handful of Trigger Devils. And the problem is that there's like security everywhere. There's security like at every corner. There's staff that are managing each LAN game at every station, and then there's staff like walking around as well. So it's really not. It wouldn't be easy for me to just walk off. So what I did was I waited for another group of people to walk by us to get to their game station, and I kind of like latched onto them. And that kind of gave me the breathing room to start moving around the whole tent without stirring up too much interest. So what I did was I kind of, once I was kind of broke off from my crew, I kind of like walked up and like kind of sat and like kind of in the corner and like, messed with my phone and basically made it look like I was supposed to be there, like I was press or something. But I was actually watching Ali-A's stream, trying to figure out where in this tent is this guy. Like, I see like things in the background, I see people in the background, and I'm trying to like look for them, I'm trying to figure it out. And so I thought I had an idea, and I did like one full loop of the whole place, which was kind of risky, and did not see him. And I was just like, damn. So I looped backwards, didn't see him. And I was just like, is it possible he's like not on this part of the tent? Maybe he's in a different part of the tent that I don't have access to. I don't know. I was getting a little bit like kind of, I don't know. I was getting a little bit like questioning the whole situation. So I go back to Ryan and I'm like, hey dude, I didn't find him. And then at that station, I see someone who was definitely in the background of Ali-A's stream. And I went up to him. He was actually staff, so this was getting even more risky. I was like, hey, do you know where Ali-A is? But I had nothing to lose at that point. I couldn't find him. And he was like, no, I don't know. And I don't know if he was telling the truth or not. He may have just been covering. I'm not sure. But anyway, I figure out that I need to do one more lap. And I need to specifically, all I need to do is look for the hat that he's wearing in the live stream. He's wearing a Monster Energy hat. I should be able to figure it out. And it turns out, walking 10 feet away again, he was only like 15 feet away from me the whole time from where Ryan was gaming at the beginning. And he had just wrapped up his live stream. Like, the timing actually couldn't have been any more perfect. So he's getting up, getting ready to go. He's not live streaming anymore, so basically I can just stop him in passing. And so I walk right up to him, like, hey, Ali, my name's T. I'm the owner and creator of Trigger Devils. I had a controller, demo controller. I gave it to him. I was like, hey, dude, check these out. They're really cool. Here's a bunch of demo units. Like, try it. Please try it. And he's like, all right, I'll try it. And then that was it. That was pretty much the end of the interaction. And I was like, all right, cool. Thank you. Take my stuff back. And that's it. But and then I went back to Ryan. I was like, dude, I did it. We got it. We got it in his hands. Like, holy crap. How is that even possible? But it was because we just would not give up. Like, we just were going to do it no matter what. So it happened. And, Ali, if you're watching this, I hope you're enjoying your Trigger Devils because they're amazing. And anyway, so that's the story. It was pretty awesome. I'm glad that it worked out. There was a lot of stuff like that at CODXP. It was a lot of creative, social engineering type situations. It's part of what it takes to be successful. You can't, everyone's not always going to warm up to you right away. You get a lot of no's. So you take the no's, try to turn them into yeses. That's what we do. That was a success story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like on the video as well. And leave a comment down below if you have feedback for me. All right, guys, that's it. T Antonio out.